AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. Yeah. Fabian Perspective, expected, so accepted. Dejo like, comentario y suscribe. AllBall, dame dato.
Listen, we are in the building, running a little late. Listen, man, I rode the shoulder, pause to beat the traffic. Y'all ready for some tea? Ooh, the playing is here, baby. This niggas ducking smoke. Let's talk about it. How can you be the GOAT and you ducking smoke? Ooh, let's go.
Black and Chimney. First is 2 games today in the play-in tournament. The one that you think, that Mr. LeBron James, the GOAT, says someone should be fired for coming up with the idea of the play-in. Meanwhile, he would not be getting paid today for these games.
Listen,
the Los Angeles Lakers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. I usually say New Orleans, but I'm respecting my New Orleans people. The Lakers versus the Pelicans, the second game of the play-in tournament today, or the play-in game, is the Warriors versus the Sacramento Kings. And first up, of course, LA Lakers versus the Pelicans. What you thinking, AllBall?
Well, let's be disrespectful. I don't care about this Kings and Warriors game. Let's get to that. I only care about one game tonight, and it's the GOAT. Listen, before we get started, big shout out to everybody. I just want to say, and I want to hear your opinion, I'm excited for the NBA playoffs. This season, for some reason, I don't know if it's because my Knicks is relevant and we literally can go to the chip. I don't know what it is. A lot of young teams took that extra step. Getting the old heads out of here. The super team is dead. So it's so many narratives. I'm just excited for the NBA playoffs. Please tell me, how do you feel about the playoffs this season coming up?
I'm excited because mostly everybody's healthy, right? Like except for Giannis and Embiid, they're limping into the playoffs. It looks like, but for the most part, everybody's healthy. It seems like.
We not healthy. No. Don't forget that our Knicks isn't healthy.
That's true.
People gonna try to spin it. We're not healthy. Go ahead. I just want to get that right.
So, and that's major. That's major. But and then the major teams, Boston, the Lakers, who else is out there? The Minnesota, Cat is coming back. OKC is healthy for the most part. Denver Nuggets, they're healthy for the most part. And that's what I'm most excited about. Remember the year with, no disrespect to the Bucks, the year that they won, everybody was low, everybody was gone. Everybody was gone. The Lakers went down, the Nets went down.
Yeah, good point.
Due to injury. It was awful. And Phoenix Suns and the Bucks have been accused of being, gifted because that from the gods that season. But I think that's what I'm most excited about. I think that I don't care what anybody says, the Eastern Conference is still competitive. Even these West Coast teams that have a problem with, the likes of Chicago in the playing game. They don't think they would, but Chicago plays you tough. They're playing you from the beginning to the end. So
yes,
I still see this thing being competitive throughout.
And let me just piggyback off that, because a lot of people, they try to run with that. The West is tougher, but let's be realistic. The East has most of the veteran teams. And what teams wins championships? Veteran teams. No knock to the West, but a lot of those good teams and those top teams, those are young guys, inexperienced, never been through this. So, okay, y'all might have the tougher conference, but who has the most experienced conference? It's the East. So miss me with all of that. But I'm excited, man, and let's get right to it. We have the play-in tonight, doubleheader. Second game tonight, Kings, Warriors. First game tonight, the most important game, Lakers versus the Pelicans. Can I please start? Big shout out, I just see my brother in the building. Is that Big Baby Jonathan?
That's Big Baby Jonathan reminding us and reminding everybody, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the membership button. Remember, we all Dime Dropper channel. Hit subscribe, like everything. Are you kidding me? Big Baby Jonathan, what's going on?
And if you're here, subscribe to Big Baby Jonathan's platform. Great platform. Do a lot of great work out there in LA. Great work for the Lakers. He just had an interview. He was on the same platform, in the same building, talking to the legend, James Worthy. Multiple champion, great Laker, one of the best to ever do it. So big shout out, Baby Jonathan. Now let's get right to it. This is funny, right? Because I seen something today. LeBron's whole tenure with the Lakers has been the playing, right? And it's comical, man, that people don't hold on.
We're having a technical difficulties. I think AllBall's gonna get into his bag about how things are gonna be comical. Oh,
Yeah,
back.
I'm sorry about that. When you got the big dog refrigerators, they beeping and all that. I don't know what's going on. But listen, man, the Lakers, LeBron James' whole tenure with the Lakers has been in the play-in. So, we have to remember, if there was no play-in, this would be a disaster for LeBron and the Lakers and, what he stands for. Tonight, I want to ask this. Do the Lakers, I don't want to say lose on purpose, but do they try to avoid playing the Denver Nuggets in the first round? It looked like the fix is already in. They saying Anthony Davis is still what? Is it official yet? Is he playing or is he not?
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Right. So I want to see that. But the play-in, Draymond Green, I heard him make a statement saying that, the play-in is the best thing that's happened to basketball. This is why I don't like the play-in. I would love it if, let's say, 7 play 8, 9 play 10, right? Whoever loses, you're out. That's it. So let's say tonight, whoever win between the Pelicans and the Lakers, that's who goes plays Denver Nuggets. Whoever loses between Kings, Golden State, you get out of here. The winner plays, the whatever seeding is supposed to be. That's the only thing I don't like about the play-in, that if the Lakers lose tonight, they still get to play a game to get into the playoffs. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So for me, tonight is very important because this will solidify LeBron James' legacy. I'm going to say it again. People run away from that. I understand he's 39, 21 years in the league. Like I said, legendary career, playing great at this age. But his last 5 years, 4-5 years in the NBA hasn't been great. I understand last season they went to the conference finals, but they got swept. And they barely got in. They got in through the play-in. This year, they're in the play-in again. Listen, man, I don't know what to say, but I think this is LeBron's last season as a Laker. Please tell me, what do you think?
I think I don't know if the writing's on the wall, because with LeBron, you never know. I don't think they should play any games with trying to go and play. Well, they're gonna tap out against the Pelicans and then go try to play the winner of the Warriors and Kings. That is very dangerous. The Warriors and Kings are perfectly capable of getting the Lakers up out of there. Getting them up out of there. It's all a sign of LeBron just being older. Like I've been saying, he's a third option due to the fact that he's 40 years old. Now, is he done playing in LA and he's done with these shenanigans before we even get to the whole, the whole conspiracy theory that they're ducking the Pelicans? I'm not sure. But to update you with the Anthony Davis situation,
right.
by the way, Darvin Ham expects, in all likelihood, Anthony Davis will be out there for sure. We expect him to be in the lineup. He was out there during warmups about an hour ago, and this is for the 7 to 8, 7 and 8 in seedings in the out west. So he's out there. Anthony Davis is trying, and hopefully we see a great game and a great effort from them, for basketball's sake.
Right. Let me ask you a question. Let's talk a little bit about the Pelicans, because the beginning of the season, a lot of people was very high on the Pelicans. I never was. Even last year, some people were saying fully healthy, they can be title contenders, which I've never seen that. I've never, watched the Pelicans and thought that highly of them. They definitely have a good young group. They're missing a lot, though. But let me just ask you, is it time to, I don't want to say break the Pelicans up, but is it time for them to figure something out? Because it just seems like they can't get over the hump. And let's not forget, if Ja Morant wasn't hurt, I don't think New Orleans would be in this position. I think this would be the Memphis Grizzlies. So just to actual question. What are your thoughts about the Pelicans in as far as them being in a play-in? Does what happens to them in the play-in or in the playoffs matter to where they may have to make a major move, which is you got to figure out Zion or Brandon Ingram, who you're going to build around?
I think
hold on. In the part 2, is it time to send CJ McCollum somewhere else because that experiment didn't work how they thought it would work?
I think if I'm a New Orleans Pelicans fan, I'm so happy that Dave Griffin is my general manager.
Explain,
the fact that they traded what they traded, those pieces for Anthony Davis, then eventually you trade him away and you get all this to surround Zion Williamson, who, let's be honest, that's the number 1 pick. That is a bust. Up until this point, we got to be honest, that's a bust. Morant,
say that again.
Zion Williamson so far in his NBA career has been a bust.
Wow.
No diddy. No diddy. Because we know how that word can be misconstrued with Mr. Zion Williamson himself.
Wow.
This is not, to me, what am I reading here? The Lakers have beaten the Pelicans by 77 points. A total of 77 points.
No. Forget what the Lakers did. Let's stay here. Let's stay here.
But I am here.
Can you please repeat that? I think I got a little. Can you please repeat that, please? Zion is what?
To this point is a bust.
You have to explain. You can't just say that without having no type of. You have to explain.
How many times have they made the playoffs? What has he done in the league? He doesn't average 10 rebounds a game. They're not a top 4 seed in the conference. We've seen how many people, Luka Doncic, Joker's up there. Hold on a second. SGA and Ant-Man currently have their teams in the top 3 in the Western Conference. What is Zion doing? You cannot tell me that SGA and Ant-Man are more talented than Zion Williamson.
Wow.
And the Pelicans are fully loaded. Fully loaded. If the only thing they're missing, that's an 8 seed with him not even trying. Even trying.
I'm sipping tea. Go ahead.
If Zion Williamson really tried and wasn't really trying off the court the way that he does, we're talking about a top. Yo, they were the top 2 team a year and a half ago when they first started off. Let's get this clear. The Pelicans are. Shout out to our guy, Grand Theft Alvarado from Brooklyn. Nobody talks about him. A true New York point guard.
Yes,
he makes his way on that court. CJ McCollum. There's a bunch of guys on there. Damn, I'm forgetting all their names now. Herb Jones, who I covered Herb Jones.
Yes.
That's the guy. They got him standing in the corner all game long. That's all he's doing. So that's really all he's doing.
All right, let me respond to that because that was just major news to me. I've never heard nobody say right now Zion is a bust. Can I ask you this? Let me play devil's advocate. Are the Pelicans not progressing and digressing because how good the West have gotten? James Harden James Harden to the Clippers, Kevin Durant in Phoenix, the ascending of Ant-Man, SGA. Hold on, Kyrie going to Denver. You telling me that has nothing to do with the Pelicans going like that?
There's the one thing that I always talk about, and anyone who knows me knows.
Wow.
Michael Jordan ain't nothing without Jerry Krause. Let's get this clear.
So
LeBron James went to Miami, got linked up with Pat Riley. You got look with how the Knicks turned around with that front office. What Dave Griffin is doing with New Orleans is nothing to be looked down upon. He has a great GM over there. There is no excuse.
So
he has
hold on.
everything written for him.
So what about, does Brandon Ingram, does he get any flack? Does he get any blame? We can't just blame Zion. Hold on. They say Brandon Ingram is baby KD, 6'10", put the ball on the floor, get his own shot, post up, mid-range. He got it all. Where are we at with Brandon Ingram? Because we can't just say Zion is a bust when he's playing with a potential superstar. Where does Brandon Ingram weigh in on this?
And Brandon Ingram is a number 2 pick. I just don't feel like
exactly.
I just don't feel like Brandon Ingram. I don't see the lack of effort from him. He's smooth sailing to me. I think to be honest, I said this last year. I like people they disagree with me, but I like when Zion and Brandon Ingram are on. No Diddy, they go crazy. I love that match when they're on the court together and they're on full throttle and they got it going. I love it. But remember, Brandon Ingram is usually hurt. I don't think Ingram is hurt out of a lack of effort. It doesn't feel that way. And he's tough. You can't just step to Brandon Ingram and say whatever you want. You can't do whatever you want. Maybe physically you could because he's too light, but I don't see it as far as a competitive side.
Yeah, he don't back down. Yeah, he don't back. What you're saying, this is why I asked that. Big shout out to everybody in the building. This is why I asked that.
Oh, hold on, boy. All 300 people in the building.
Let's go. Let's go. Big shout out to all 300 of y'all. And if I could, I'd shout all y'all out name by name. But let me ask you this. The Pelicans, right? Look at their core. Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson. You got the point guard CJ McCollum. You got a decent bench. You got a decent coach. I love the city. Like I said, big shout out to New Orleans. I'm always down there. I got family down there. Love them. Shouldn't the Pelicans be just as good or in the same conversation, the same boat as the OKC, the Minnesota, the Sacramento, right? Because when you look at those rosters, you telling me if we put De'Aaron Fox, SGA, Ant-Man, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram is in that top 5. De'Aaron Fox might be the worst player out of that whole clique. If we going by talent.
But you just made another point. Right. John Morant, who's the number 2 pick to Zion. When that draft was going, when I don't watch college ball, and when I saw that footage of John Morant, I said, we need that guy.
A lot of people said he should have been a number 1 pick. I agree to that.
I don't know nothing about nothing, but I know if I'm a Knicks fan, that's the guy I wanted. And then let's be clear, ever since then, John Morant has gotten better. He, of course, the last year and a half he's been going through whatever it is, and it is what it is. But up until that point, John Morant has been a better shooter, got to the basket way better, and he's a better passer than Zion Williamson. He just showed the effort. That leap that he made a year and a half ago when they made the 2 seed was major, even though the team, another great team, another guy who shouldn't have any excuse, but he didn't make excuses. And he put the team on his back. Let's not forget about that. And let's get to that. John Morant wears that Grizzlies when LeBron threw the windmill dunk. He's like, man, get off me, man.
Yeah.
Talk about competitive. Another guy was competitive. So again, I don't see, you just mentioned all these names, SGA, Ant-Man, De'Aaron Fox. Even De'Aaron Fox is more competitive than Zion.
Right. Well, go ahead. Well, I named all those guys. Sorry to cut you off. I named all those guys because if we go in talent, it's no way in the world the Pelicans should be underachieving like that. Like I said, if you break down the rosters, Sacramento was always in the mix. You telling me Sacramento got that better of a roster than the New Orleans Pelicans? So, wow, Bus is a lot. Only reason why I'm going to say it's a lot because he's playing with a number 2 pick. So I'm asking you, let's do the pie. You got 4 slices. Give me the percentages of the Pelicans or why they right now are just a bad basketball team.
Why they're a playing team? Why is it that LeBron James is 40 years old? He's dying on that damn court. I call him a third option because he's really not his choice. It's age, it's father time that's really Zion has a choice to be the number one guy, and you got your team in the playing like this. He deserves half of that damn pizza pie that he been eating.
Hold on. So Zion gets 50% of the blame.
1,000%. Bro,
and break down the other 50. Hold on, break down the other 50. I just want to hear it.
I want to make it more. I just don't see what else can everybody else do. This guy needs to. He's wow. Bro, you think? Listen,
just give him 100%, man. 100% Zion.
Dog, this is
go there. No.
Okay,
go there.
Let's 100,000%.
Thank you.
He's eating the entire Domino's pizza pie. Your boy Zion. Please,
no pun intended. No pun intended. He's eating the whole slice.
What other guy have we seen in the league that deserves that kind of blame? When Julius Randle was in New York, for all you guys that know, we're fans with New York Knicks fans. When Julius Randle was here and we see him going crazy, and we go, okay, you're no NBA guy, but we don't appreciate that. You ain't no damn number 1 guy doing that, right? Then Brunson gets here, we see how a number 1 should act. Zion does not carry himself this way, and what's worse to me, like I mentioned, he has the whole table set for him, bro. No pun intended. No pun intended.
So before we jump back to the Lakers, and then we're gonna talk about tonight's game with Steph Curry and the Warriors against Fox, Sabonis, and the Kings. What do you think needs to happen in New Orleans? Just right now, put your GM hat on. You're a smart brother. You're my real brother. Put your GM hat on. We know they're not winning the championship. You, Fabian, PerspecTV, AllBall TV, GM of the Pelicans. What do?
If I'm not mistaken, the contract is a dope contract.
It ain't too bad.
With Zion, because it might go up, but nothing is guaranteed because of the games that he misses, stuff like that. So again, big props to Dave Griffin. If I'm a Pelicans fan, I'm not mad at all. It's a tradable contract now because he has the upside to trade him, and you can loop a team into this. Maybe the Portland Trailblazers or the Detroit Pistons, whoever has draft picks, or even the Lakers. Right? You can trade him if you want to, but I think they're in a great position. You might have to make a decision on looking for a real number one, because he's not reliable. That again, I spoke to Dom earlier this week. Shout out to Dom Dropper, baby.
Oh, big shout out to Dom Dropper. Big shout out to Flea, the family.
The family. Everyone keeps saying the best ability is availability, and that is not true. We got to replace that with the best ability is reliability. If you're available, that's great. But if I can't rely on you, what the hell is your purpose? You're going to piss me off. And that's what Zion would do for me if I'm a Pelicans fan. He does it. I'm not even a Pelicans fan. It's just, you hate to see, especially when you get older, you see it and you go, damn, you squandering that much potential, bro. So if I'm the Pelicans, I'm going for, damn, if you might have to trade, look to trade either Brandon Ingram or Zion to get a real number one out there. Who's the number one guy available? We might flirt with Giannis at this point.
I mean,
even hold on. You know who's available and nobody talks about? That would be crazy with them.
Who?
Donovan Mitchell.
Wow.
He would be nuts with the Pelicans.
Wow. That's not bad. I mean, I just feel, I'm the Pelicans. You got to remember, Boston never gave up on Tatum and Brown, right? And I was always big on, listen, if they don't win a championship, they get everything they need. You got to break them up. It's very difficult for me to see two players break up like that with that much talent. Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. But me being a GM right now, I'm going to be honest, I'm trading Zion Williamson no matter what happens in the playoffs. I know they're not winning the championship. I'm not going to say bust, but it's close to the whole Pelicans organization being a bust. I must put it like that. I'm not going to put it all on Zion. But he has been disappointing. He has been. I'm a big Zion fan. Like I said, man, I've never seen nothing like that. People, when he was in high school and when he went to Duke, nobody thought he would amount to this. Like, people just thought he could dunk. No, listen.
I gotta disagree with that.
No, listen. A lot of people, that's why they were saying take Ja Morant first.
No. Ja Morant, see, that's the opposite. I thought nobody even heard of Ja Morant until that final year, Murray.
No. A lot of people knew about Ja Morant. But my point I'm trying to make is Zion, the Pelicans, New Orleans is not for him. If I'm the Pelicans, I'll move on from Zion Williamson. I make Brandon Ingram my number one, because for me, you can't teach 6'10" with that skill set. That's baby Kevin Durant. Simple and plain. You can't teach that. So for me, I would move Zion and I would build around Brandon Ingram. And I think with certain players, once they have that mindset and they know that's their team, Brandon Ingram should be able to, if he can stay healthy, Brandon Ingram can average 30. He can average 30.
The perfect place for him, for Zion Williamson, because I'm thinking of,
I know the perfect place.
Before you go, this is the player I'm thinking of, that similar power forward, went to a new team, humbled. Chris Webber went through this in the early 2000s, and he went from Golden State,
Golden State to the Wizards.
He went to the Wizards, and when he went to Sacramento, he was depressed, didn't want to be there. But all of a sudden, he got on the court. He was like, "Wait a minute, I'm in Sacramento. I ain't really. It's a great city, I've heard, by the way, but it's not L.A. It's not DC, Chocolate City. It's not Oakland. Now you fall away from everything. Maybe Zion needs to be away from, because New Orleans is it's not big, but from what I understand, you that's your family's out there.
Yeah. New Orleans it's a lot, and it's very small, right? But you got to remember, New Orleans is a football city. It's a football town, you know? So they not in love with basketball. But I'm gonna give you a sleeper. I would love him on my Knicks, on our Knicks. I'm being honest with you. But I'm gonna give you a sleeper. If I'm Zion, I'm trying to get over to Golden State.
I was gonna say that.
Listen, everybody has fun playing with Steph Curry. Everybody has fun. And like I said, man, that guy will have fun. You got Draymond over there to hold him down, to teach him the ropes, be a mentor, so to speak. But I would love to see Zion in Golden State. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And I think that's a sleeper that nobody talks about.
Remember, the Andrew Wiggins for that one. How do you feel about this? Do you see it being a potential Andrew Wiggins situation where it's like, all right, we turned you around for one season, then we got to flip you and trade you? Or do you see it being, no, we need you under the Steph Curry tutelage, leadership, and we want you to be the new franchise player?
I think that right there. You got to remember, Golden State now is used to success, even if it's not winning championships, is being relevant. And I think people can say whatever they want about Zion, he's still gonna fill the seats. Listen, that young man people will pay just to see that young man on a fast break. He could be terrible the whole game, but you get him on a fast break and he do that 360 windmill, that $100 you pay for your ticket to jump up and down and go crazy is worth it. So I think you keep him there to stay under that tutelage. Let Curry, deal with him, take care of him, show him the ropes. And I honestly think he could be the best player on not a championship team, but I think he could be the best player and lead a franchise because once again, it's not only championships, it's business. And that's the part of the game we all tend to forget about. You still got to fill the seats. You still got to have somebody that people want to go see, buy his jerseys. The kids be like him. When they see him, the kids go crazy. Listen, man, he still has that aura, that cachet. So for me, I think Pelicans, the New Orleans, is too small of a city for him. It's almost like a big fish in a little tank. Listen, man, and he doesn't seem happy. I'm not giving him no excuse. But how long I've been saying this, Fabe? He's not happy. And now with these players, with all this power, listen, you let them go where they want to go, and then you see what happens. So for me, if I'm New Orleans, I'm trading Zion Williamson. Now, if he wants to stay and he's going to, stay in shape, do the right thing, have the right mentality, the right mindset, then okay, that's a discussion. But I'm pretty sure if him and Griffin had a talk and nobody was around, I think he would tell him, hey, I want to be traded. I'm not happy here. I want to be in a big... Imagine Zion in the bigger city. Just think about that. Remember, once again, he's in a football city. He's in a football town. They're not going to get... You just imagine him in New York, LA. Like I said, Golden State, where those are, listen, where it's basketball or die. Man, listen, are you kidding me? So yeah, I'm disappointed, because a lot of people was high on the Pelicans, but like I said, man, they just can't get it right, from the coaching to injuries to just the problems with Zion up and down, So yeah, man, I think it's time to let him go and build around Brandon Ingram.
I think it'll be tough to figure out who do you trade him for. Like that's why Milwaukee makes sense when you trade him for the flirting with Dame or Giannis. Really, with Oakland with the Warriors, it's tough. Draymond, who you gonna trade him for?
Hold on, stay there. Dame Lillard still upset with Portland. How they split up him and his guy. Ooh, Dame Lillard in New Orleans backcourt again. Him and CJ with Brandon Ingram. But you got to remember, these guys, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying these guys got to understand, like I said, with the power, these guys is vetoing trades. Now, I'm not going there. But like I said, I think a guy like Dame Lillard, that would be perfect for him. It's no pressure. It's no pressure. Right now, you see what's happening with the Bucks with Dame in them. That pressure. Yeah, we got to win a chip. And look, these guys are underachieving. I understand they're the third seed, but if we going off of what we know Dame time to be, listen, man, I think what you just said, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. Zion for Dame, you match up Zion with Giannis.
That for me, that the Eastern Conference Central Division, you got Milwaukee, Cleveland, Chicago, all thirsty for another superstar. Giannis is there. I get it. And another team with the guy who you think the NBA is boosting right now,
Indiana.
The Indiana Pacers with Zion and a guy like Halliburton is insane. I think that's the guy that they need.
Yeah,
that's the point guard that he needs to play with, pushing the ball up. I think that would be insane.
Ooh, I agree.
He's the guy that Halliburton. You talk about, man. Maybe we looking at Gary Payton to Sean Kemp and Lob City and the Clippers.
No, that's exactly what we're looking at. That would be the reincarnation of GP to Sean Kemp for sure. For sure. Wow, listen, you got to put that in the air. Indiana, give up whatever you got to give up. Bring Zion, you match him up with Halliburton because Halliburton is a pass first point guard. Lord have mercy. Wow.
And of course,
y'all heard it here first on AllBall TV. Zion Williamson to the Indiana Pacers team him up with Halliburton. Woo-hoo. That 1-2 punch. What?
Insane.
Fabian PerspecTV said it first. Wow.
But let's get back to business.
Let's get back to the money.
Back to that bag.
The purple and gold. Listen.
That you flirted with it earlier. Should the Lakers be avoiding the Denver Nuggets so badly that they're gonna tank this game and play the winner of the Warriors and Kings to play the OKC Thunder? Do you think that should be the case?
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because even if it happens not purposely, that's going to be the narrative, and that's not a great narrative for LeBron to have when you're considered the GOAT. GOATs duck no one. No one. What LeBron's supposed to do tonight, him and AD, is make a statement. We're going to blow out the Pelicans, and we want the Denver Nuggets smoke. That's what great players do. I do not think the Lakers should lose this game tonight. They shouldn't lose anyway, but I'm gonna take it a step further. Everybody knows I ain't a Laker LeBron fan. Let's get to that. Big shout out Zip with the drip. I don't want to steal his. Let's get to that. Die-hard Knicks fan all my life, 46 years old, so I done seen a lot. But I'm gonna give the Lakers a little bit of props right now. I think they could beat the Denver Nuggets. Let's talk basketball. No trolling, no trying to be funny. That Lakers roster isn't bad. Why is Denver Nuggets roster better than the Lakers roster? Let's really think about it. Like seriously. The only thing that the Lakers are lacking is the head coach. That head coach, Lord have mercy. And I don't feel sorry for him. I think a better head coach, the Lakers have enough. There's no excuse. The Lakers have enough. It's either, you're going to not play hard, you're going to get outmatched or outplayed. But Joker should not kill Anthony Davis. If Joker giving you 30, AD should give you 25. Then you got LeBron, Jamal Murray, Hachimura, Michael Porter Jr., Austin Reeves, KCP. What I'm saying is, to me, Joker the best player in the league, but that thing is evenly matched. That Denver Nuggets roster is not that much better or better than the Lakers roster. And it hurts my soul to say that. So to answer your initial question, I think the Lakers should win this game. I think they should make a statement. And if LeBron want to solidify his GOAT status, you have to go out there and lay it all on the line. Because if you lose to the Pelicans, you know what we all gonna say? You dug Denver. GOATs don't do that. Great players don't do that. That's why with our Knicks, when people say, oh, y'all the second seed, you should have been the third seed to play Indiana. Nah, then it'll show we scared of who? Nah. Bring them on. So that, to me, that should be the message that LeBron should be sending. The LeBron and the Lakers should be sending to the NBA, to people like us, and especially to Joker. That's who they supposed to be sending that message to, Joker. Simple and plain. So no, I don't think they should lose this game. I think this game is a statement game. I really do.
I think if the Pelicans were in the position of the Warriors or the Kings, and they were playing the Kings or the Warriors right now, then you drop the sword and you wait for the Pelicans because they couldn't beat whoever it was, because they can beat the Pelicans with ease. They beat them by a total of 77 points in 3 games this season. I've seen a game where Anthony Davis had 3 fouls in the first quarter, and Darvin Ham said, left them in the game, and they came back and smoked the Pelicans. That's why I don't believe in them, right? So if the Pelicans were the 9th or 10th seed and they were battling, and then they were going to await the winner of the Lakers and the Warriors or whoever it was, then sure. If you were going to face the Pelicans, beat them to go play the OKC Thunder, okay, fine, because that's who you do want to play. The Pelicans and OKC Thunder, I've seen the Lakers manhandle them, have their way with them badly. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's experience, of course. They know how to get around them and everything. The whole Zion thing, they're just more experienced in them. I think that's the bottom line to it. Anthony Davis destroys them with 3 fouls. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But being that is made, it's not that way. It is what it is right now. Lakers better not play around. You can't play around, throw this game, trying to play. The Warriors turned up. If the Warriors find out that you threw a game to go play them, they got championship pride. That's the thing about the Warriors. You say about Draymond, you say how opinion you want about him.
I agree. Great point.
But they come out and they play. We've seen as the Knicks, I loved watching. They were a test for me when we didn't have OG back yet, and we had these guys, and Brunson went off.
Right.
And the way Draymond responded is, we want to see the championship mentality against our guys. We want that kind of pressure. The Lakers don't want that kind of pressure for a how you say that kind of game? Like a 7-game,
like an elimination game.
An elimination game. The Lakers don't want that kind of pressure.
Right.
But not with that kind of team.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
And I'm sorry. And the Kings. So Bonus is undefeated against Anthony Davis. That's not an accident.
But let me say this: the Kings, don't sleep on them. Listen, once again, they're going to play Golden State tough. They're going to play them tough. But just to respond just real quick, this is what I'm saying. Tonight, the Lakers got to make a statement, because if you lose this game, now you could potentially lose the next game and don't even be in the playoffs. And then what does that say? No. LeBron James, once again, if you want to be solidified as the GOAT, just imagine 39 years old, make a deep playoff run, and you go crazy. You'll be getting closer and closer to we know who the GOAT is. But let you go ahead and flame out and try to be slick. And no, you got to make a statement. But let me ask you this. What happens this season if the Lakers don't win a championship?
Well, they're not, and they got to entertain this. That question is going to have to be answered, I think, in maybe less than 2 weeks, because they can easily miss the playoffs. And they look like a first-round exit, especially if they play the Denver Nuggets. By the way, I don't see them equal to the Denver Nuggets, roster-wise, talent-wise, overall career-wise, sure. But again, they're older. They're not keeping up with them. I know they just got
So hold on. If you can you bring up the screen both of the rosters?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. We got people in the building. Come on, let's break it down. Bring up the Lakers in the Denver Nuggets roster, and let's break it down real quick before we go to the Warriors and the Kings preview. AllBall TV, y'all. This is what we do. Come on, yeah. We talking to playing NBA playoffs. We are excited.
So you think, okay, so if you go from the versus top to bottom, you got
right. Listen, you could name the names if you want, or you could put it on the screen. It's up to you. I'm saying let's go the first 7-8 against the first 7-8 of the Lakers and the Nuggets.
Let's go with this box score. I'll go to NBA.com just to make it easy.
Okay, yeah, because like I said, I think the rosters is closer than what people make it out to be. Yeah, Joker, is that much better than everybody. But once you get past the Joker, like I said, you got Murray, Michael Porter. Michael Porter Jr. has been playing great this season, but we know how inconsistent he is. Okay, now that's the Denver Nuggets. Let's just go to first 7. We ain't got to go the whole roster. Go to first 7.
You got Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Joker, KCP, Jamal Murray, Bruce Brown. Oh, this is last year.
Yeah, that's last year. And I forgot. Listen, man, I forgot about Aaron Gordon. Lord have mercy. You might be right. I totally forgot about Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
And the way he transformed his game, wow. Okay, so that's this year.
Is it because is Reggie Jackson still there?
Reggie Jackson? Yeah, he's still there.
Okay, so it's Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, Joker, Christian Braun, Jamal Murray, Justin Holiday, Peyton Watson.
Okay, not bad. Now go to the Lakers.
You know where the Lakers got them beat? Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Dinwiddie, Taurean Prince, Jackson Hayes.
Come on, bro.
Reddish. I think the Lakers got them beat off the bench.
No, but
that's
hold on.
That's where they can compete with them.
Hold on, stay there, Fade. Just read that Lakers roster again.
Rui, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell.
Okay, and
Spencer
then
Dinwiddie, Taurean Prince, Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish, Christie's on the bench. Anybody who played here, KCP was not in the game here. Jalen Hood, Christian Wood. Christian Wood, I think, is coming back actually. And Vanderbilt. I think Vando was played the other night.
Bro, so what I'm saying is when you read that roster and you compare them to every other roster in the NBA, that can be potentially a top 5, top 10 roster.
I think, again, it was the same thing I've been complaining about with the Knicks, RJ Barrett, Randall. Not a good mix. It's just not a good mix. Somebody has to go to the bench or you got to trade one of them.
But that comes with coaching. But that comes with coaching.
I don't think it's coaching when Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, and LeBron James are all ball dominant, and you got to feed AD to Brock. And there is no, how are you getting him the ball? How are the Lakers really? There is no, for a team. Remember, they are played very slow. They don't shoot too many 3-pointers. So their game has to come from AD mostly, in and out from there. They're supposed to play in and out, but they play too much out and they dribble too much. That's really the Lakers' problem. Right. So the Nuggets, we know they don't have that issue whatsoever. It really doesn't matter who's out there with the Denver Nuggets. The Joker's orchestrating a free-flowing offense. He's getting that thing going one way or another. So there is no, I'm D'Angelo Russell and I'm gonna dribble too much and not give Joker the ball. Not happening. Joker might slap that dude. He looks like he's a tough guy. Now
that's a great point, but my thing is when you read that roster and read those names, that shouldn't be playing for 2-3 seasons. That's all I'm saying.
Oh boy, I'm sorry. 500 mother lovers in the building.
Half a stack in the building. We thank all of y'all. Hold on, y'all don't understand. We argue with our wives with this. We neglect the children. Listen, man. We take off work. We be late to work. So we really appreciate everybody. I'm talking about myself. We appreciate everybody. Thank y'all. Real talk, man. Please share, subscribe, like, hit whatever button you need to hit. Thank you. 500 in the building. Now, getting back, that Lakers roster should not mean playing. It just shouldn't. No. LeBron, AD, Hachimura, Reeves, Russell, Vanderbilt, Dinwiddie. No, I'm sorry. So for me, this is where LeBron gets blamed at. If we're going to say you have the highest IQ, you're a great GM, you don't need no coach because, you can do all the coaching, you have to figure it out and make it work. We can't keep letting you slide. We can't keep giving you excuses. No, we can't praise you when you're great, but then when you're in the play-in, we just okay with that. No, it shouldn't work like that. So for me, that roster you just named is probably top 10 roster in the NBA. If we going by the names, and those names besides LeBron James, those guys is not old. They got to figure out a way to make it work. I'm sorry. I'm not giving them no excuse. 2
highlights for the Lakers and what got them going. I always say this season, I always go by this. Just it's more eye test than anything else. A feel for the game. The best peaks team-wise, championship peaks I've seen all season. The Knicks, the Nuggets, the Boston Celtics, of course. Philadelphia 76ers slept on earlier in the season. And the LA Lakers during the in-season tournament. Let's not forget that. They went crazy. Also, the last 33 games, the Lakers are 24-9.
Thank you. But no, stay there. That in-season tournament, the way they did that, people said, oh, they can win a championship. So why do we wait till now to all of a sudden say, well, they can't beat this team and they need to be lucky and duck this. No, that's people setting in excuses for LeBron James and the Lakers. They don't do that for nobody else. There's no excuse with that roster, Fabian. I'm sorry.
I think it's not an excuse, it's just reality hidden. You like there's no way possible. Again, you laugh at me, everyone laughed at me when I said he's a third option. It is what it is. They did that and they blew their load. 7 games, you know, they look amazing against OKC. They look amazing against the Pelicans. This is a 1 game against the Pelicans. 7 games is a different story. You might have to play, I think it's a back-to-back, 2 games in 3 nights. That's going to be tough on you with all the pressure on you. That's different. And the Lakers have shown, yeah, you can do that for the in-season tournament in December. It's earlier in the year. This is the latest part of the year, latest part of the season. And you got to perform like that at 40 years old. I just can't see it. It's not an excuse. It just is what it is. You thought you supplemented for that, and you didn't, because we see it now. From December to now, you got the last 30, 33 games or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah, but nah, man, they didn't supplement enough to me to have a 7-game series won against anybody really out west.
Let me ask you this before we get to the next topic, because it's almost showtime, baby. But let me ask you this. And everybody in the chat, tell me if I'm bugging. I'm not going to say LeBron James don't care about winning no more championships. I think he knows he's not going to win another championship, right? But he knows he wants to play with his son. Is he putting in all this effort and playing is great, so wherever his son gets drafted, that team will have no problem giving up everything for him? Or he's going to leave his options as far as signing contracts to where he can go on his own? Because once again, if Bronny doesn't get drafted or the Lakers pick him up, wherever he goes, his father is going there. So at this point, I'm sorry to say, Laker fans, I don't think LeBron is even, I don't think his mindset is even worried about a championship this year. I think his mindset is worried about, I want to play with my son. I think he gets to play 1 year with his son. That's another notch on his belt. That's history that hasn't been done. And then I think he retires. That's just my opinion.
We got 527 people in the building, and it's a perfect time to reintroduce the legend himself, Big Flea, in the building. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My brother.
What up?
Listen, man, everybody need to understand. Flea, Fabian, Dom, AllBall, we are family. We are one. If it's 3 on, it's really 4. If it's only 1 on, it's still 4 of us. Flea, what up, baby?
Fact. What up, baby? What's good?
Man,
y'all rocking and rolling right now. Y'all rocking and rolling.
Bro.
A lot of people in the building. My OGs is in the building. I love it. I'm not gonna stay too long because I'm in transit, but I just wanted to jump in real fast. Y'all are smoking this right now. Keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all sound fucking nuts, but it's okay. I love y'all. Y'all my brothers. I love y'all, but y'all are nuts. Y'all are nuts, but I love y'all, right? I just want to jump in and say that real fast.
All right, no. Give me a minute. Do you have 1 minute? 60 seconds.
Of course.
Give me your thoughts. We know Lakers is big money talk, so we ain't gonna even act like that ain't what it is.
Right.
What do the Lakers do this season if they don't get to the finals?
I think I threw a comment in the comment section. I think that I think that the Lakers have to start thinking about life after LeBron, life after AD. And that's coming sooner rather than later. That's not, another 2 or 3 years where you could kind of coast. You got to start thinking about what you're going to do after, those guys. LeBron either decides to retire or try to be a part of the organization that Bronny is on, and AD kind of start finding his way around the league after, post LeBron. So I think you got to figure out what you're going to do in terms of the draft. You got to get creative. Like now Pelinka's going to really earn some money. Now he's going to really, earn his job, earn his pay, and all of that. So Yo, this fish is insane. But yeah, so I think they got to start thinking about that. But I think it's gonna be difficult for them. I don't know if y'all said it. I may have missed it, but Shannon Sharp made mention. He was kind of like, shitting on OKC. They're weak number one.
Yeah, I heard
one of the
that.
weakest number ones, right? But then in the same breath, his beloved Los Angeles Lakers can't even solidify a top 6 seed in such a weak Western Conference, as he says. So I think there's a lot that they have to do with that roster. It ain't just a little tweak here, a little tweak there. Braun is getting older. Anthony Davis has played amazing. I would not, if I'm a betting man, and I know my OG is a betting man, and Fabian is getting into it too. If y'all were to bet money, would you bet on Anthony Davis playing 70 games back-to-back seasons? You think he's going to play 70 games next season?
No.
Okay,
No.
So that's what I'm saying. They should have taken advantage of him being durable this year, right? When he put his mind to it, he was able to play 70-plus games, and he's playing like an All-NBA first-team selection right now. If they had a better record, he would be first-team All-NBA, no, hands down. But that's what I think. They got to start thinking about the future, right? Or start thinking about how we going to build this thing out around Anthony Davis. It ain't about LeBron no more. It ain't about him no more. Respectfully, he's great. It's not about him no more.
Got you. Listen, man, can't argue that.
Before I run, just to finish up on that, the Lakers are not a top 10 roster in the league, OG. That's insane. How you are trying to hype this roster?
Hey, man, get him out of here, man. Get him out of here.
Where's Michael?
Yo, AllBall TV, Fabian Perspective, Big Flea. I love y'all, man. I'm going to finish watching.
Love you more. You already know. Listen, man, that's our brother, man, Flea, man. Listen, we told y'all, we the only platform we do drive-by content. We be in the cars. Listen, you want to jump on? You coming right on. No Diddy. Pause. Listen, our brother Flea, love him to death. I still think, like I said, when you going with those names, I think that roster is not a bad roster. But also, I just want to respond to what he said just real quick, Fabe. I don't think, once LeBron is gone, I don't think AD wants to be there. Because you got to remember, that pressure of you being a big man, Shaq, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, even guys like Pau Gasol, like now they're going to be looking for you to be that next. I don't think Anthony Davis is that guy that wants that type of pressure. So yeah, I think once LeBron is gone, the Lakers, Flea made a great point, sooner than later, which I think is right after this season, because Rob Pelinka's really going to have to earn his money. I think they in trouble. Because if LeBron don't stay for another 2 years, AD is gone. Whether he plays 70 games or not, I don't think he really wants to be there. That's just my honest opinion. And I've always felt like that. I think Rich Paul and them turned his wrist to get him there. I think he wanted to be in Chicago at one point, his hometown. But yeah, I think, the Lakers is in a bad situation. And if they don't figure it out, they're going to be looking like our Knicks from the past, where they're going to be struggling while everybody else is going like this. They're going to be in trouble. They better figure it out. So, Flea, that was a great point.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to. You got to think about that, because that was a package deal with LeBron. I don't see him staying there unless he switches agents also. Right. I don't see that happening. And we talked about that last season, and they came back, and they made the conference finals, and it was a great run, great effort, whatever. But there's no way you're keeping AD there without LeBron, because just like Zion, that's not your number one guy mentally. It's not. He needs help. That's why in New York he makes sense with Brunson. That's why in maybe with Dame or whoever it is.
He needs help. Simple. Yeah. He needs help.
Well, he needs help running, leading a team.
No, but he also needs help as far as somebody backing up his position. This is what hurts. See, this is why he reminds me of being in a situation like a Bam Adebayo. It's but so many years or so long, you're going to have to literally do everything on the defensive end and grab all the rebounds. You got to remember, the Lakers look to AD to be the best defender, to grab all the rebounds, the biggest rebounds. They look for him to do all of that. How long can you do that before your body starts to break down from that wear and tear? Look at all the teams that have decent or, you know, good backup power forwards or centers. Look at our Knicks, Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson. Look at what Minnesota does. Like, so listen, he needs help. He needs help. So yeah, I think the Lakers is done. If they don't get it this year, they done.
Real quick, let's get to this Warriors Kings.
Let's get to it.
What do you think is going to happen? What do you think about the Warriors and Kings going into this game? Who's going to win?
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna take the Kings. The Kings are at home. Great crowd. Great fan base. Sacramento really supports their team, and that goes way back to the Chris Webber days, man. Even probably Mitch Richmond and them guys. I'm gonna take the Kings, and this is why. I don't see how Draymond is gonna guard Sabonis. They have no answer for Sabonis. And last year in the playoffs, like you said, you was adamant about that, very upset. If Sabonis was hitting those mid-range, those little scoop shots, they would have beat Golden State in that first round. As much as I love Curry, you know I'm a big Klay Thompson guy. You see they put him back in that starting lineup. They not that crazy. I think it's over. I think certain players, certain organizations at this point, I'm not saying you're going to lose on purpose and it doesn't matter to get in the playoffs, but if you're not competing to get to the finals, they older. And like I said, I don't like they bench. Now you're relying on Kuminga, who's just starting to come into his own. Thus far, he's been a bust up until now, if we want to talk about bust. You know, but he's had a great season right now. But I like Sacramento in this game. And my opinion, I can be wrong. I know Golden State Warrior fans not going to like this. I think it's time to move on from Curry and Klay. I think both of those guys need to leave Golden State. Unless you're going to make a big trade to put them back in title contention, because I do think Curry and Klay can make another title run in the next 3 years if you get the right piece. They scared to trade Draymond, but let's just say if you package a Draymond, a Wiggins, a Kuminga, some picks, and go get a Giannis. I'm just guessing. I still think they have that to make a run. But if you're not going to do nothing like that, I'm being honest. I think tonight, the Warriors dynasty is officially over. I'm going with Sacramento, the young guys, to get them out of here. I picked Sacramento last year, and I was wrong. Curry turned into Curry. 50 ball, game 7, legendary. But once again, like we were saying, if Sabonis ain't have a bad series, bad couple games, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. I think tonight seals the deal, seals the fate. The Golden State Warriors dynasty is officially over. And I think Kerr may need to move on. And I think they may need to start figuring out what they're going to do as far as the future. But I'm going with the Kings tonight.
I'm going to concur. I think Sabonis is going to figure this thing out. He's going to realize Kevon Looney's not there to punk him for more rebounds unless they bring him out there and somehow he turns it up. I don't believe in Kuminga. I think he's still too young, went behind the ears. And I'm going to shock the world with this because I already said Sabonis is going to come through, which is already crazy in itself. I'm banking on him. I'm worried to death of doing that. And here's the other double down. It's going to be nuts. I think Harrison Barnes is going to have a big game.
Ooh.
This is back-to-back seasons for an elimination game against the Warriors. The team that traded you out of nowhere. Dallas did you further dirty, but you had an awful, awful championship that we all revert back to when it comes to Harrison Barnes. He's the guy that needs to exercise these demons. And if I'm not mistaken, they're at home actually, AllBall.
Golden State.
The Kings are number 9 and Golden State number 10.
Oh wow! So the game is played where?
In Sacramento.
Right, no, I said that. I said Sacramento be playing home. They got the home court advantage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kings is home.
I think they're gonna light the beam, and I think Harrison Barnes is gonna have a big game and or hit the game-winning shot, go-ahead shot, and put him away. I see a historic storybook ending for him. Exercise the demons and get the Kings to a different position. Because let's be honest about this. Also, the Kings did dial it back. They were the top 3 seed last season, so this is actually a step back for them.
Oh, this is
De'Aaron,
terrible.
yes, De'Aaron Fox. They got to figure that out over there because
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. I don't know what's going on. I really believe that I was gotta pat myself on the back again. They traded the wrong guy. Halliburton and Sabonis would have been insane.
But
Insane.
hold on. Sabonis took that next step. Like his numbers this season and what he's done, De'Aaron Fox didn't take that next step. It seemed like he digressed. Last season, we said, oh man, Sacramento going to snowball that, and then they're going to come into the next season crazy. And like I said, but, you know, just to compare it to what you said about Zion and the Pelicans, the West acquiring Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, the ascending of Ant-Man, you know, SGA, Joker, out of control. So for me, you know, of course, going from 3 to 9, that's crazy. Now, if they'd have stayed in maybe the 6th seed or something, so I get what you're saying. I don't, and then remember, Monk is hurt, who's a big, you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm not going to,
Kevin Huerter.
Right. So, you know, that dip they took, but you're right. They got to figure it out because, you know, you can't have a great 1-2 punch and don't maximize on that. You cannot keep failing every season. That 1-2 punch is good enough to build around and become, if you're not title contention, at least you second, third in the playoffs every year and you tussling, just like, let's say like how Toronto Raptors was when they had my guy, DeMar DeRozan. They never made it to the promised land, but every year they competed, great record, and they just kept running into LeBron James. So I get what you're saying. They got to figure that out. They have to figure that out.
And yeah, to your point, Vaughn Allen, I think De'Aaron Fox having one of his best seasons yet, maybe defensively, but offensively, I just don't think him and Sabonis, you know, really figured it out yet. And maybe you're right, AllBall. To your point, maybe it is the West got better and it's tougher for them in general, and they're just the 9th best team in a crazier conference. Keegan Murray is the one that will probably have a big game. Keegan Murray has to have a big game in the playoffs. We saw he broke the rookie record last year for three-pointers in a season. All right, cool. We have to see more than that. I think for me, it has to be Harrison Barnes is the guy that missed a game-winning shot. That's another reason why the Sacramento Kings lost to the Warriors last season.
Good point.
He missed the game winner. So he hit I think he's 7 out of 12 in one game against the last game against the Warriors. They've only played twice this season, if I'm not mistaken. The Kings have jumped up from 20th in the league to 3rd in defense in the month of March. They're not a defensive team, and all of a sudden, they've come up.
Wow.
Kings defense fell off a cliff. Nah, Vaughn. The Kings defense it's the other way. The Kings defense actually got better without Herter and without who we said and Malik Monk.
Right. Yeah.
So I think to your point, it's a lot of pressure in the bottle that they can put. This is the perfect game. This is where all the writing's on the wall. Oh boy, I'm surprised you ain't go here. I see Draymond getting kicked the hell out of here and costing them another game.
Nah,
ending the season.
I think he's going to behave himself. I think the referees, you know, when it comes to the playing into the playoffs, they're going to let some things go as long as he don't do nothing crazy. But for me, to me, it doesn't even matter what Draymond Green does. I don't think, you know, tonight and even in the playoffs, if they make the playoffs, this is about, Steph Curry. This is not about nobody else. Steph Curry can potentially go down as the greatest point guard of all time. We understand about Magic Johnson, you know, but if Curry gets another ring, y'all got to remember, he did it without KD. That was big for him. Pause, right? Tonight, Steph Curry will have to probably give you a 40 ball for them to have a chance. It's saying, I don't care what Draymond Green do. We not putting this on Clay. No. Because De'Aaron Fox and them is going to go at him. You got to remember, man, they got a little, you know, they got a little smoke with them from last year. And while I like Sacramento, they love to compete. They like this moment. They want this moment. In the playoffs, they didn't duck no smoke. They just lost to a better superstar in Steph Curry. So I think if Curry had one of those games, then all bets is off. But I don't see him having a 40-50 ball. Would I be surprised? No. But just like LeBron, tonight, in the fashion that the Golden State Warriors win or lose and move forward, I'm going to be honest, they have some things they need to think about as well. With Golden State, how is your future going to be looking? Remember, are y'all going to give Klay the money? Because now, if you lose Klay Thompson, people can say what they want. We see Steph Curry by himself. They didn't make the playoffs. They are horrific to watch when it's just Steph Curry out there. See, people don't want to admit that. As great as Steph Curry is, Golden State Warriors have a problem. If you don't pay Klay Thompson, as good as Draymond Green think he is or y'all think he is, that man is not giving you double digits in anything. Once in a while, he'll give you 10 points, 15 rebounds, 7, 8, 9 assists. But his stat line is normally 8, 8, and 8, 6, 6, and 6. All of that, he's the enforcer and the tough guy. Who cares? As y'all can see, it doesn't matter. As tough as he is, as much as y'all think he protects Steph Curry, they in the play-in. So once again, depending on what happens, and I don't see them getting out the first round no matter who they play. I'm sorry. I'm not running with they too little. Look what happened with them last year with the Lakers. We could say the Lakers is old and this and that, but they still a big team. Who is Curry and them beating in the playoffs? I don't miss me with who they are. And listen, they too little. And if you're not getting no production from nobody except Curry and on occasions, Klay Thompson, you're not beating nobody. So they have something to think about as well. Like I said, you see how we ain't even talk about Wiggins. That's how much he goes missing. So I'm taking Sacramento because I think, if they get in the playoffs in the first round, they can make it competitive. People want to see Steph Curry. I love to see Steph Curry in the playoffs. But once again, I'm sorry, man. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Writing's on the wall, man. Writing's on the wall. I think it's over as well. I don't think they're going to re-sign Klay Thompson. The open secret, apparently, he's going to Orlando. And and
hold on. If Klay Thompson goes to Orlando, wow.
I'll tell you what, if he is going to Orlando, and maybe I can end it with this. I don't know if you have a short reply. We could just end it. Golden State might be better off doing a sign and trade him and Draymond, get him up out of there, send him to Florida. Just give it all, dump that cap. And Orlando's already tough. Imagine them with Draymond and Klay Thompson.
But I know we about to get out of here, but forget the Draymond. If he signs with Orlando, wow. If Klay Thompson signs with the Orlando Magic, they jump up to the top 3 teams in the East. I'm sorry. Listen, it's a mess in Milwaukee. We do not know how healthy Embiid is going to be. I'm going with Boston, New York, Orlando. Everybody else, y'all figure it out. I'm sorry. I'm not believing in Embiid no more. He's always hurt. Y'all see what happens with Milwaukee. As long as they got Doc Rivers, they will never win anything. And I keep telling people, Giannis is not happy. Giannis is not happy. Giannis is not happy. When guys are not happy, they do not play well. Don't let that record fool you. A lot of teams was injured. Look at my Knicks. Look at Indiana. A lot of teams was injured. Philadelphia. So imagine if Embiid never got hurt. Imagine if OG and Randall never got hurt. Imagine if Halliburton and them guys never got hurt. You think Milwaukee will still be a 2-3 seed? Yeah, right. So, wow. But yeah, man, listen. AllBall TV, Fabian PerspecTV, Dom AllBall. Listen, man, pleasure playing. The playoffs is here. Please look forward to us doing this a lot tonight. Lakers, Pelicans, Kings, Warriors. Please share, like, comment, hit those buttons. Get in them comments. Let us know who y'all like tonight. And let us know if we did a great job or if we did a horrible job. Hey, man, it's all love. Fabian, take us home, baby.
Deja un like, comentario y suscribe. AllBall, dame dato.
We out.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not.